here. We are back in the limelight yet again this week. It is live today. We don't do many of those, but we do for this very particular and very special occasion. But before we get to bringing on our guest today, I do want to remind you that you can listen to these interviews on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Fire, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, and Podbean. And don't forget also that you can now watch this video. As soon as it's done, we're going to be getting it up there. Let me get those ding-ins out of the way. You're going to be able to watch it on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Google Play, Daily Motion, YouTube, and so much more. I do want to remind you also about mynewsdesk.com. They're a new Light media, and they are the best way that I know of to get your press releases out, your news wires out. They are an amazing, amazing resource. You can also monitor billions of sources and journalists. And what better way to get your message and your service found than by getting it out to a whole bunch of journalists? I wouldn't know a better way. So with all of that having been said, I am thrilled. Why am I thrilled? Because the same people that were on last week with me, good old Michael and his partner in crime, Anthony, they are back this week. And we're going to be talking yet again, wait a minute, wait for it, about the True Living Summit. Yes, the True Living Summit is coming up on March 20th and 21st. You're going to want to know about it. You're going to want to know about them. And we've got 5, if not 6, of the speakers that are going to be present at the event. Michael Peluso, there's the man. Hello.
Clarissa, thank you so much.
You said it wasn't fun. I told you, hold on. Here comes the
As always, I'm down to have a great time. Hey, everybody. I hope you're all enjoying your day. You are in for an awesome lineup. And Clarissa, you are making the Limelight special for sure.
Thank you so much. You're too kind. Anthony, good to see you again, sir. We only speak about 1,000 times a week, but it's good to see you here. Listen, let's get into right away, Michael, if you would. And by the way, Vito Antonio Fontana is saying, hi, Clarissa, I am here from Chiasso, and that is in Switzerland. Hello, Vito. Ciao, Vito. Che piacere vederti. Michael, I wanted to show you something, guys, before I got started. I got this really cute. I want to show it to you. And this is coming in, by the way, Michael, from your Compaesani in Italy. Came in this morning, but I thought it was so darn cute. I just had to show it. Now, I want to make sure you see what I say. All right, let's see if I can get it right. Hold on. It's about 30 seconds long, and it's about how we're missing travel, everybody. I think we're all kind of missing travel. Okay, so hold on.
All the passengers
Wait.
Captain speaking. Just about ready to
I thought it was so cute and so creative. You know, here are these guys that are home. They're like COVIDed. They're like, they can't go out, and they make these really creative things about missing travel. I know I do. Don't you guys miss it? I miss being in the same room with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, for sure. No doubt. But this is cool, too, because you know what? You get to see everyone from around the world, too. So, we pivot.
Yeah, you pivot. And Michael, I know that you've got an event coming up. We all are going to be a part of this spectacular event of yours. It is called the Journey to Success Summit. And I want you to tell us all about that and why you decided, I'm going to do this summit for, my peeps.
Well, yeah. So the Journey to Success Summit, it's taking place March 20th and 21st. It is an amalgam of, so many people coming together and saying, hey, listen, I have a unique gift that I know is going to change people's lives, whether it's publishing or scaling a business, some facet in there, or even being a visionary. And I want to have the opportunity to give it to the community and really help people take the next step towards their journey to success. So we came together. It's a 2-day event. It's got 3 different rooms right now. We're talking about putting in another room.
Wow, really?
Because so many people, you want to be able to contribute. We've seen such an incredible response from the speakers. I think the word of one of the words of the day is access, but I would say that it's access to people who want to contribute. And I think that everybody out there has a mission, has a message, and they want to get into the world. And there's no better way to do that than writing a book, really curating your vision into a business and then helping other people. So it's really an amalgam of amazing contributors, people like yourself, people like Anthony, people like the people that we're going to see today on the show. And I'm just grateful to be part of something absolutely amazing, something bigger than me. And I think it's, when, there's this context of mastermind, this idea of a mastermind. And the idea of a mastermind is when multiple people come together under one cause, it creates this larger mind, and that is the mastermind. And I think that that's really the context of what we're doing here. It's how do we help you take the next step in your journey to success?
Yeah, and it's been so fun to watch this event grow as it goes. I think we're over 50 panelists and speakers and keynotes, and in 2 days' time, that's a jam-packed session, and that's a lot of information to be able to take away. I'm going to remind you all again. Do you want to remind them about the pricing as we get started, Michael? I think that's an important part right now. And then if they put in my name, what happens?
Yeah, sure. So right now we have VIP tickets. They're $247. We have standard admission tickets that are $97. And one of the things that makes the VIP incredible, outside of being inside of a Facebook group with people like yourself and all of our speakers, is that we shot exclusive content that is for the VIP. It comes in a course format. We've had people from LinkedIn specialists on how to scale your LinkedIn to how to build chatbots, all the way through, how to curate and cultivate a vision. I was on what we call the Get Shit Done panel, which is just real expert advice on how to take your business and your mindset to the next level. Right. We're going to include that content inside of the VIP ticket. So I think that the VIP is really where the value is at, but we also have the standard admission, which is $97 right now. And I think that everybody should take advantage of it, because we're giving it away. This is thousands of dollars. And if somebody uses the Clarissa Burt code, when you use the Clarissa Burt code, you're going to save 50%, because that is the 50% price. Normally it's $500. Right. So that's the 50% price, as well as learn a little bit more about what we're doing here. So I'm excited.
Anthony, I know you're working really hard also with Michael. You are talking to a lot of us, a lot of the speakers, a lot of the panelists, sort of keeping up in line, if you will. But you've been able to bring in also some really extraordinary people. Wow, you are the dream. They call you the Dreamaker for a reason.
Thank you. It's exciting. We have wonderful people. We have people, a lot of people from Hollywood. We have my dear friend Frank, who is a producer for Madonna and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. He did Ghostbusters too, Batman Forever. And he's showing people how to break into that industry, how to take your book and turn it into a film, or how to take basically, your idea and transcribe it and make it cinematic, right? So people can get picked up. And so you have access. That's the word of the day, access, right? And like Mike was talking about earlier, but you have to apply what you learn. At the end of the day, knowledge is not power. Accurate knowledge is not even power. Applied accurate knowledge is power. So we have wonderful people, from the top level businessmen, people that make billions of dollars of business, to literally, Hollywood producers, to some of the best people in the book and author world, and the best people in their respective spaces to help people scale and grow, right, as a whole.
Yeah. Really cool stuff. All right, I say let's get the show started. What do you guys say? Let's bring on our first guest, shall we? I only met this gal recently, and we were on another show together. And I have to say, I cannot tell you how impressed I was by her story, number one, her resilience, number two. And, when people come from hardship, there are two ways they can go, the right way or the wrong way, right? You take a left or a right pivot. And I know that this next guest, did she do it the right way? She's doing it the right way. She's helping so many people get through adversity and kind of going, well, it's kind of what happened in my life, and I'm just going to help a bunch of other people. I'm going to bring her on right now. Felicia Romano, there she is. You talk about a
girl. Felicia.
Wow.
Hi, Felicia.
Yeah, just let me read a couple of lines, if you will. So, she's co-creating strategies with city mayors and school districts, superintendents in 2 counties. Felicia has parents in Miami Beach. Unite and take back the public park from drug dealers. So, with the city and the parents, tell us how that happened, Felicia. How were you able to? And then you raised $29 million in grant awards for schools and nonprofits. Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm just so impressed, because I know your backstory. And we'll hear about that at the event. I know we'll hear about that at the event, right, Michael? I know. I mean, but this is really
I mean, I got to preset because before you hear anything, Felicia is one of the most incredible people that I know. She's behind the scenes. She makes things happen with velocity. And just leaves people's lives changed. So it's really an honor to be able to share, Felicia with the world here at the event. Felicia, you're absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful.
I really was very taken by, the 29 million grant awards for nonprofits, schools, and businesses. And then she's driven to see parents and children empowered and women empowered businesses thriving by linking them to capital. Hello, that's so extraordinary.
Yeah.
I think it started, like I said, Clarissa, first I want to say thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I love, love, love your energy. And when I met you and heard your story, I was like, okay, here's a woman that doesn't wait for someone else to take action. She's like, I'm doing this. And when you shared your story.
Now, this is your story. Thank you for that. But
that was awesome. That was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, she's phenomenal. But with my story, it's just really about, I had a son. I wanted him to be in the best school, but we were in a public school. I lived in Miami Beach and in South Beach, great place to party, not a great place for families because people kind of took that for granted. And I realized that. So I went to the principal and I just volunteer and help out. And she said, we just really need to get kids in school. We have so much going on in this community, just right outside the school across the street, there's drug deals and there's people sleeping on the street. And I just said, how can I help? How can I serve? And she's like, well, if you could help me do this. And that's kind of where it started, right? I just kind of said, how can I help? And then once I could see that there's a ceiling, right, for a principal, she could only ask for so much or do so much in her position. And she really can't stir up too much, right, because of red tape. So that's where I stepped in and I said, I'll go to the superintendent. I'll go to the city. I'll go there. And that's when I started realizing the power that parents have. We have power. We want to change. We want better quality. We can do it. The drug dealing in the park was just a matter of meeting with city and, AT&T. The mayor, I just went to him and said, they're using beepers. They're using their phones in the park. Everyone's afraid of going there. And he's like, what do you think we should do? I'm like, could we get rid of the payphones? At the time they had payphones, right? And he said, let's have a meeting. Bring that, let's bring that into a meeting. He brought the president of AT&T in and they sat down and they brought me in and he said, tell them what you'd like to do. And I said, I think we should move the payphones and just maybe have emergency only phones. And I think that would allow us to drive out that traffic and allow people and families to be back in the park.
So was law enforcement not helping you at all?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Was law enforcement not helping in any way at all?
So law enforcement was kind of doing their part, very lax. Like they would go in, show up, the guys would leave. Right. They would catch them and they would get back out. It was kind of like this whole repetitive thing. And they knew the system. So it wasn't like it was very effective. They would just say, hey, we're playing ball. We're not doing anything. And they were, like taking all of their evidence and taking so long to put anything together. And we wanted the park back now. What do we need to do now?
So be the change, Felicia. Be the change, girlfriend. Be the change. Tell everybody what it is. Tell everybody what it is that you are going to be imparting, what the information and the education you'll be imparting at the summit.
True Living Summit.
Yep.
So first of all, I want to say I'm so excited, with Tony Doty, Michael Peluso being the CEO of True Living and seeing this vision, Tony bringing like talent, moguls, everyone together the way that he does, very charismatic, and deciding that this was going to be a place for us to, inspire people, educate people, innovate people, and get people to take massive action. So for me, I'm behind the scenes, making sure that people understand that this isn't a glorified webinar. This is an experience. The experience that you're going to have when you go into 3 different masterminds is going to not only blow your mind, but allow you to resonate with the people that are there, connect with them, right? So you'll have access and then be able to create a strategy for yourself based on how the masterminds are set up, so that you can take massive action immediately and get things done. Right? So you're not going to wait for some other department or someone else. You're going to do it.
These are the kind of people you wouldn't find anywhere else or otherwise. It just doesn't, it would be a 1 in a billion chance that you could, you'd run across a Will Cashin or Michael or Tony himself.
Right?
I mean, it's one of those kind of, for $97 or whatever, $297, I think Michael had said, golly, that's not even the price of a plane ticket. Plane ticket, like going to hotel if we were traveling, right? So this is Michael. You guys have been smiling really pretty big since Felicia came on. She's very special to you.
She's our people. She's our
amazing.
Felicia's our person,
Yeah.
We're life,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's great. I love it because like you mentioned, Clarissa, like a Will Cashin, when I spoke with him, it was like what are the odds, and all the work that Tesla Foundation is doing, and to be able to talk to him about it personally and to get connected, and like Lynn Davies, all that he's doing beyond Hollywood, and cleaning up so that we can get back into business, but actually having real conversation. So that's where that access comes in, right? So you get a VIP ticket and your experience.
I also want to give a shout out not only to Gary Krebs, who brought me in, who's my ghostwriter, and we're going to be dropping our manuscript at the end of the month, but also Rick Frischman, everybody. Hello. That's right. Rick Frischman, if you don't know, this man is a giant. Guys, ask Felicia a question. Go ahead. I'll shut up. I just got so excited to see her. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I just want to say about Felicia, people have the nice moniker, and people are kind where they call me Dreamaker, helping people be connected and helping them see it through to make their dreams come true. But, Felicia's a dream doer in all seriousness. Like she's a catalyst, she's a doer. She goes in, she grabs like whoever she has to, and she kind of rattles the cages until it gets done, right, in a positive way. And that's what I love about Felicia. She's very take charge. She asks the right questions. She moves people forward. She's phenomenal, So I'm so happy for you to be here, girl, amongst, 50 other incredible people.
Absolutely. Well, love, thanks so much. What?
Well, I got to know. Tease your content. Let us know what we're going to be speaking about at the summit.
Yeah.
Well, the KISS strategy is really just keep it simple strategy. That's it. It's a keep it simple strategy. I'm giving tips for your business plan and your capital action plan. And it's all about action. So you can take action immediately and in the long term and short term. So that's all. It's easy, but you have to do it. So it's all about implementing and executing. And then you're good.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm going to thank you. Thanks so much we're just giving little tastes today of our speakers, everybody. You're that's off. You want to see more?
Thanks, Michael.
All right. Much love, girl.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, love. Good to see you. All right, guys. We're going to be moving right along here with our show. The next up is another author. And wow, exciting stuff when we talk about Christy Mann. Who wants to introduce her? Who knows her really well?
Oh, I know Christy. I think Anthony knows Christy as well. But I would say, Christy is one of those people who's behind the scenes. She's making things happen as well as being an incredible human being, just inside and out. Some of the projects that she's worked on have really been for people's benefit. I'm not going to get into the details of them right now, but they're just really the kind of selfless serving projects. So it's really great to have her. Hey, Christy.
Let's let her get into it.
And 7 books, by the way, 7 books she's either authored or been involved with in some capacity. 7.
That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Christy, welcome to the mayhem and the madness here in the Limelight TV with us. It's so good.
Thank you, Mike and Anthony. I love you guys. It's great to be part of this. Yeah,
it really is.
I was anxious. I wasn't sure. But here we are. We're doing it. We're live. We're good to go.
Here we are. We're doing it and we're live. Christy, what is it that you're going to be speaking about at the Journey to Success Summit?
Shocker, I'm not actually a speaker at the summit this one. Yeah, I know. It was more important.
What are you doing to me?
Tell her your integral part. It
was more important for me to be a behind the scenes helping guide and make sure that the event became something that was crucial and was going to be empowering for the people that attended. So I'm kind of behind the scenes, but I'm also in my network and other networks teaching people how to utilize the connections that they're going to have access to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn this over to you then, guys, because you know what's going on better probably than I do with Christy, although, yes, we know she's an author, and definitely there are going to be a lot of those at the summit. There's going to be a whole bunch of information you're going to be walking away with. But why don't you guys take this one a little bit, and so I can take a breath.
Well, Mike, is it okay if I share? Do you mind?
Yeah, for it.
She's a perfect example of team. We talk about this all the time, right? You got to build your base. You got to build your business baseball diamond, point blank, right? So you can't win a World Series off of 9 pitchers, right? And the best pitcher is the worst catcher, and the best catcher ever is the worst pitcher. And to prove that, one person ever won the Golden Glove Award, right, in the history of, 2 different positions in the history of baseball. Craig Biggio won 2 different spots, right? So Christy is instrumental, like really structuring the back end, keeping us focused, keeping, basically, the whole interior team doing what they're supposed to be doing. And she has that network in that author space where she is booking people on her show and other shows and everything as well. Wow. And her being in that, on the front end, throwing many virtual events herself and having 7 authors. And she doesn't talk about this a lot, but she has reached best-selling status before as well, too. And it's just awesome to be able to have that in the internal and external. Nobody's more important than anyone else. She's just as important as the keynote. All right. And, and of course, Mike's the most important one of all here, but he's wonderful. It's actually Clarissa. It's actually Clarissa.
It's always me. It's always about me.
But it's not a hierarchy structure. I think one of the things that you want to point out is that I'm able to do what I can do today because my wife is there doing what she's doing, and she's able to do what she's doing because her mother did what she did. And I think that merging of the ecosystems and acknowledging and honoring, no matter where somebody's at, there's the next step, and helping somebody take that next step on the community level is what we're really about doing, because it creates an ecosystem. You know me through my language. Everyone here right now is hearing what I have to say and is judging me based off of my language. So what if we came together?
I'm judging you off of this. This
right
Very judgy, Clarissa. Very judgy.
Very judgy. No, but
2021 can't be judgy anymore. Okay.
But I think that one of the most essential things there is that it does take a team, right? And it's not just being on stage and seeing that the outcome of true thought leadership, right? We got to take the time to be able to highlight the people that are making it happen behind the scenes. And I think that every person that's watching this right now has somebody inside of their life that they want to acknowledge that's making things happen behind the scenes for them. Right. And that is an opportunity for you to be able to give the gift of showing up at the summit. So anybody that's listening to this, I'd like you to just consider that there's somebody inside of your life, and you should turn around and say, hey, listen, I want you to take the next step on the journey to success. I know where you're at. I know where you want to be. Showing up at the summit is the next step. And here's a ticket on me. Here's a ticket. So I challenge people to listen through that lens because this is a different kind of community. It's a conversation for transformation that takes place. And that transformation, as a reminder, is overcoming your fears, your frustrations, your challenges, whatever you're dealing with right now, accomplishing your wants, needs, and desires, and taking the next step regardless of where you're at. And these are the people that you want to take the next step with. Clarissa Burt, you're a tried and true mentor that's going to help somebody get in touch with their inner sparkle, access that inner rejuvenation process, and I think
who are you calling old?
No. How did you hear that?
You hear that? It's that hearing, Mike. It's that hearing.
I get. I am getting old. I didn't hear that rejuvenate. All right, I'll take it.
Rejuvenation sparkle. Anyway, so I think that's important, right? So who not just what are you going to get from the journey to success, but who are you going to give that to?
Yeah, and no better time than now, you guys. I mean, really, no better time than now because. New year, number 1, we're not really able to go anywhere. Number 2, number 3, you're at home all day. Number 4, we're always in front of the computer anyway. Jump in. I mean, there's going to be a lot to learn at this Journey to Success Summit, right, Christy?
Exactly. And I mean that I'm a prime example of what this event, at least in my eyes, I'm a prime example of what this event is being set up and what everybody that's involved is wanting to do. I'm here. I'm sitting here talking to Mike Peluso and Tony Doty and Clarissa Burt. It doesn't get any better than that.
So kind. She can come back on anytime, guys. We'll have her
right.
on
She has the pass.
anytime she wants to come back on the show. We'll do.
Like Disney World, she got the annual pass. Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened. It literally would not have happened if I had not shown up. If Tony hadn't introduced me to Mike, and Mike wouldn't have brought me in on the Wednesday nights, and I wouldn't have watched and paid attention, and then was open to being able to see an opportunity when it came up to be able to get in and go, I can feel that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep.
When you have that, life changes. I'm sitting here with Burt. You guys.
You're so kind. You're too kind. Listen, Christy, we're going to thank you very much for being on the show. We are going to be, all together. We're going to be March 20th, 21st, truelivingsummit.com. Everybody, get over there and sign up. You can get 50% off if you put my name in there, Clarissa Burt, without a space. That's an important thing to know. Michael, thanks for that gift. That was really, really generous of you to do that for my listeners and my followers. Christy, we're going to say goodbye for now. Love, thanks again so much for being on the show. And we'll talk to you again. We'll talk soon for sure. Bye. Hey, Michael, I just want to let you know, when you start doing this, I lived in Italy for 30 years, so I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like all my in-laws.
Is there any other way to say it?
It translates. I could start translating I could do that, but I'll all right. Show's moving on. The show's moving on. Here comes another spectacular. We've got a lot of ladies today, Anthony.
Yeah, it's all about the ladies.
It's all about the ladies today.
All about the ladies.
Yeah, all about the ladies.
I can't wait to introduce you to the last one, the other supermodel on the show. It's my wife.
I'm telling you, I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, everybody, we're going to move forward. And I was particularly taken also by this gal this morning when 4:30, and Anthony knows because we were emailing back and forth about 4:30. Carl Daniels, this is about the Journey to Success Summit that's coming up on March 20th and 21st. Anthony Peluso is the founder. Tony Dreamaker, Dolby is his last name. I never forget remember the last name. Well, what's your last name, Tony?
No, it's Dodie and Mike Peluso. You're merging us. I mean, we're brothers.
Tony
Peluso.
right here, whatever their names are going to be running that event, and I'm going to be hopefully still around if I don't keep messing up everybody's names. I'm going to be there too as a speaker at the event. So thanks for asking, Carl. But I was really impressed by this lady, Tony, when you and I were this morning. Again, we were emailing back and forth, and I was watching, her TED Talk. It was spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm telling you, everybody, this is top-notch stuff. You don't get this at many summits. So yeah, absolutely. Pierangelo, hello, ciao to you. And so I've got a lot of Italians coming in saying hello, and I just want to make sure that I say hello, ciao tutti. Okay, great. So, all right, we're going to bring her on. And I'm going to say that she is a TEDx speaker, an author, and a producer with nearly 2 decades of experience creating content for major broadcast and digital platforms, including Fox, ABC, and MSN, and MTV. And she released her first book called Today's Wonder Woman in 2020. Everyday superheroes who are changing the world. Let's bring her on, shall we? It's Asha Dayha. Hello, Asha.
Hey, girl.
Morning, everyone.
Hello. Where are you calling in from? Where you
I'm here in Los. I don't know why I said this, but it seems to be very nice for that. Yeah. And I'm very excited to you all.
Interesting. Yeah.
And you have the best accent ever, too. We need to hear your accent.
Oh, like my wife.
Asha, I'm going to take you off, and I'm going to ask you to go off and come back on, okay? Because you got pretty bad audio. Okay. So there you go. And that's the beauty of live, everybody. That's the way it happens. That's the way it goes down. I want Michael and Tony to start answering some of those questions. What is this about? Asks Carl, Tony, and Michael. What is this about?
So go ahead, Anthony.
The first time I let him actually talk. No, it's okay. No, I insist. No, go ahead.
Stop messing with me. All right.
Yeah.
So it is the True Living Summit, and it's just an amalgam of amazing people that have unique gifts that we have handpicked from the president of the Tesla Foundation all the way through in every kind of different area in 3 main buckets: publishing, people that have published books and in all kinds of topics, thought leaders. right? Visionaries, people that are leading a vision in multiple different industries, from people that can be presidents all the way through, and as well as business, right? It's all about business. You got to be able to monetize your vision. So we're going to be able to bring all that together and provide step-by-step actions. We asked everybody to try to do the best that they could to bring their entire conversation to 3 action items that someone can take, 3 action items that you could take. So you're not only getting this incredible thought leadership from many different angles, but you're also going to get things boiled down to actions that you can take right now to begin the journey to success.
Yeah, I think I'll ask you back on. Let's see what happens. Asha, are you with us?
Yes.
No, love, you got bad audio. It's skipping. So keep talking just for a second. See if it gets better.
All right. My name is Asha. Really excited to. How's the audio?
Honey, I'm going to take you off. I got to take you off. Sorry about that. So sorry. That's a shame, everybody, because if we're going to have them on, I really want you to hear every word. And unfortunately, with Asha, we weren't able to do that. So if you want to try again, Asha, to go off and come back on, or maybe there's something with that microphone or the connection to your computer. But we do have someone else that is in the green room. And her name is Karin Freeland. And I think we had that conversation last night, didn't we, Anthony? Didn't we have a conversation with Karin? That's why I had.
We did. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Is that the Karin Freeland?
How are you?
That's Karin Freeland. See why I have everybody come on 10 minutes before, and I put them in the green room just in case something like that happens. So I hope that Asha can get back on and work out her difficulties there. Karin, welcome. It's good to see you. You are recovering. You call yourself a recovering corporate junkie.
I sure do. I spent 15 years there and just chasing the paycheck, right? Chasing the title and just seeing how high I could climb. But what I found is it never made me happy. The buzz, the jolt would wear off after 6 months. And then it was like, oh, I either need another promotion, another bump in pay, another something to keep me excited, or I just would fizzle out and burn out. So so I am recovering. And let me tell you what, sometimes the grass is greener on the other side.
Yes, it is. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. Well, listen, there's something in here I read that was really, really interesting. It says that you have traded the boardroom for the bedroom. Please explain.
Indeed. So I am writing a memoir. It is nearly complete, and we hope to launch fall of 2021. If not sooner, we'll see. And my memoir is called The Ins and Outs of My Vagina, a penetrating memoir. Now, I know some of your listeners probably just had a heart attack. Did she say vagina?
No, I just did.
It's a body part. It's like a leg, an arm, or whatever, right? It's a body part. 50% of the population are pretty much women. We all have one. Yet it's taboo for some reason.
Thank God, by the way. Thank God.
Yes.
All right, Anthony.
Thanks.
Down, boy.
I'll mute myself.
Usually they're blushing in the corner. So I'm impressed that he actually had to come back there.
So what prompted this, Karin? What prompted this book?
It was twofold. So it started out actually almost as a joke. When I was about to give birth to my son, my OB recommended that we prepare my body for birth. And that entailed some olive oil on the female lady parts. And that is supposed to make the skin more supple so it can stretch out and the baby can be born without tearing.
Sure.
I had never heard of this. I thought it was absolutely bonkers. And of course, I got bored one Friday night and decided to give it a try. And it was a disaster. There was olive oil spewing everywhere. My husband comes home from work and he's like, what happened in the bathroom? So I tried to explain. I couldn't get my fingers in the right position. It wasn't like how the doctor showed me in the exam room. And so he was like, you should write a book and call it I Don't Know My Vagina, because you'll walk around with this thing and you're clueless. Well, first I was like, that seems pretty stupid.
Right.
it turns out I started thinking about everything that I've gone through. I mean, you know, getting your first period, having sex for the first time, birthing babies, getting a urinary tract infection. I mean, there's all these things that happen to women on this journey through our lives. And I thought, you know what? This is a story that needs to be told. Not because it's me and my vagina, but just because there's so many women out there who are struggling and feel alone, and these are uncomfortable topics. So we don't tell other people that we're experiencing maybe pain during sex, or, you know, these things that are happening to us because we're so embarrassed and uncomfortable.
Right.
So if I can just help any woman out there who's kind of feeling alone and give them a laugh about something, and trust me, there'll be plenty of laughs. You'll all feel better about your life after you read this book.
Listen, you're also a life coach, and you co-founded something called Gal Talk.
Yes. So Gal Talk stands for Goals, Ambition, Life. So it's not just a cute, fun name, which it is cute and fun, but there's a big meaning behind it. And so we're really dedicated to helping women and moms to take control of their life and put their goals at the forefront. Because, you know, for so long being in corporate America, I didn't put my goals first. I didn't put my family first. I put work first, and I was one-dimensional. It just worked. And I forgot who I was and what made me tick and what my hobbies were. Right. And so now that I've been on this mission to really, you know, put the love life back in the bedroom and, you know, rekindle my marriage after kind of damaging it for several years, and, you know, just give back my kids their mom. I want to help other women do that too and live this purpose-driven life. And what I think, Clarissa, what I think is so interesting is, like, for the longest time, I thought this was only for special people. Like, only people who maybe had like a physical talent, you know, or, you know, Serena Williams, of course, she gets to do it because she's an awesome tennis player. Right. You know, how am I going to have this purpose-driven life where I have freedom, and what's my special talent? Right. But as I started to be open to change, and I started to listen to the signs from the universe or your higher power, right? Whatever your spiritual guide is, things just started to fall in place. And, you know, I met Michael and I met Tony, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, there's all these other opportunities out there, and I can really do this and make my dreams come true.
Cool. Gentlemen, does anybody have a last minute question for Karin before we say goodbye?
I just want to say Karin is like cooler than the other side of the pillow, right? You know, she's a self-expression coach. I love that. I think there's a lot of people out there watching that honestly, they want to express themselves, and she's a self-expression coach, and she's amazing, right? At just that. And I know the olive oil story. I'm Italian. My wife's coming on. She's Italian. A lot of Italian listeners probably all just had a heart attack. Totally invented a new olive oil, right?
Exactly.
Your salad will never taste the same.
There's a lot we can go with that.
Okay, great. All right, I got to keep moving on, everybody. Karin, I thank you so much for being on the show. We are going to see you at the summit. We're going to hear you at the summit. Really exciting that we'll be seeing each other in March. Thanks again, Karin. Be well.
Thank you. You too. Bye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to try with Asha one more time. Let's see what happens, Asha.
Can you hear me this time?
You hear an accent, beautiful accent. Wonderful.
I found the light and the audio, and here we are.
Yay! So good to see you. Welcome. And as I was saying before, what a bio you have. I mean, there is probably nothing you haven't done, but your TED Talk that I listened to this morning was extraordinary. As I said before, you're an author and a producer for about 2 decades already, you say, and that you've worked for major broadcast and digital platforms like Fox, ABC, NBC, and MSN and MTV. Sorry. Wow. What a background. What a bio. That's incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, I've worked in Australia, where I'm originally from, hence the accent. I'm Indian by background. I have a great immigration story. My family, you know, we've moved on multiple continents, and I live here in Los Angeles now. So for me, it's always been about what's your story and how do you share your story, and empowering other people to share your story with the world, which is what I have done with my book that I released last year, Today's Wonder Women, Everyday Superheroes Who Are Changing the World. And that's something that I'm really passionate about in no matter what I do, whether it's TV, whether it's writing, whether it's being part of a panel on an amazing summit like this in March. It's all about how you share your story and how you encourage other people to do the same.
Michael, I gotta say, one better than, I mean, they just keep getting bigger and better and better and bigger, and you guys have really outdone yourself. Michael, Tony, what say you? I mean, you must be so proud of this summit.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. It's our baby together.
Yeah.
And it's actually beautiful. Somehow our baby is beautiful. I don't know how that worked out.
It really kind of just is. It really is. Anyway, I just want to remind everybody, Asha, that it is truelivingsummit.com. You can get over there. The summit is on March 20th and 21st. There are more than 50 speakers and panelists and keynotes and all kinds of information. Michael, if you want to expand upon that just a second, that would be great.
Yeah, well,
they're joining in.
I think that at the heart of these, high performers and leaders is like the essence, and I think that if we can really capture that and you really understand it, and it doesn't take a lot, right? I think that's going to help people move to the next step. So for me, I think that's one of the greatest things about the summit is being able to sit there and listen to people that are, literally to get them speaking and then turn around and be listening to the speakers, because every single person has such an incredible perspective on life and is going to deliver so much value.
Yeah, absolutely. And, what I really love, too, that you've moderated panels of your own, Asha, and you've moderated them at the UN Women, at Mount St. Mary's University, and at the Empower Her Institute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love moderating panels. I love being part of panels. I think it's a great way to bring, so many different great thought processes and different experts and different passions together and really have a great discussion, which Michael was just talking about. And I think that's what this summit is going to do. And I'm really excited to be part of a panel that's all about how an author brands a book. And I'm going to be talking about my story and how my book came together. And I'm really excited to hear from the other women, the other people on the panel, men and women, and it's just going to be amazing.
So what was it that prompted you, and I asked the question before, that prompted you to write this book? I know that you interviewed many women to sort of a compendium, if you will, of different stories and points of view. Tell us a little bit more about how the idea came to you.
Yeah, so there are 50 women and girls from all around the world, mostly North America, but from other countries as well in the book. And it actually started as a blog. I have a blog called girltalkhq.com, and I've been doing that kind of as a side hustle, as a passion project for about 8 years. I started it when I was going through a divorce at the age of 29, losing my very big church community, having to start all over again here in Los Angeles. I started a blog because I wanted to create a community for myself. 8 years later, a man called Gary Krebs found the website, wrote to me and said, "Hey, have you thought about turning this into a book? You've got some really great interviews." I thought, no, I haven't, but keep talking, go ahead. And so he helped me put the book together. And for me, the blog has always been about not just celebrities and well-known names, which people know about, but who are the everyday heroes in your communities, in your social networks, in your families that have incredible stories that you can look up to as mentors, as inspirations. And I wanted to put that in book form. And every single one of these people in this book have done something incredible and have found a solution to a problem in their life. And they're using their passions, their talents, their gifts to serve the world and themselves. And so that's how the book came about. That's what it's all about. And those are the stories that you can see in there.
Right. And I've got to say that that's phenomenal. It's fabulous. Yeah. And by the way, we gave a shout out to Gary Krebs before you came on. He's also my ghostwriter, and we have a manuscript.
Awesome. That's amazing.
We've got a manuscript in 10 days time. So yeah, absolutely. I do. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That is a great, if I could just interject, that's a phenomenal book. My wife read through the book. She loved it. I read through a lot of it, not all of it, but from what I read, it was amazing. A lot of our friends are in there, and we're talking potentially about a docu-series, right, Asha, coming out down the road here. So be on the lookout for that. Go ahead. Yes,
I'm putting together a profile documentary series about 8 of the women in the book. It was very hard to pick from 50 and just go to 8, but, for the sake of TV. But that's in the development stage right now, and I'm hoping it will lead to good things because these stories need to be out there and more people need to know about these amazing women.
Absolutely, they do. And as I was saying, Gary Krebs, we did do that shout out before you came on. He is also my ghostwriter. So shout out again to our good friend, Gary Krebs, who is also one of the co-organizers, if you will, of the summit, which is really great. Again, truelivingsummiteverybody.com on the ticker below, March 20th and 21st. Felicia, ever since she was on here, has been writing just up a storm, and she says, Asha Dayha, I loved your TED Talks, reframing reproductive rights, going beyond pro-choice versus pro-life. Absolutely. I'm here again. Vito is back from Switzerland. He's saying hello. And Ercolino Ferraina is there. Give me 3 seconds, guys. I want to speak in Italian. Ercolino, io vi bacio a tutti e ho ancora il tuo quadro appeso qui a casa mia. He painted me, and I'm letting him know that I'm saying hello after probably 20 years, and that his painting is still hanging here in my house. Okay. So sorry, but I have a lot of Italians coming through.
That was beautiful.
That's lovely. Yeah, it's great. It's really great to see them all here. Ercolino, love Clarissa. Love you too, Ercolino. Un bacio. Vi amo a tutti, Ercolino. Grazie. Un bacio a tutti. All right, back to us. So again, Asha, I know that you are going to be at the summit. You are going to be imparting a lot of your phenomenal information and education on anyone that is going to be there. Again, you're going to want to get over to thattruelivingsummit.com, everybody. And if you put in my name, you are going to get 50% off. I don't know how much better we could have done, Michael, on that deal. That's a really good deal. Listen, Asha, thank you so much for insisting and making it work for us today. I know you had
Thank you for your patience.
You did some quick work to get that audio working.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Persistent.
Yes,
absolutely. We'll talk to you on the 20th and the 21st.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Be well. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, girl.
You know what? And I think it just leads into the whole, seeing Asha there and everybody that's on here. It's just incredible leadership. It's just leadership. And the kind of people that you want to pay attention to, the kind of people that you want to study and watch their moves and be able to follow in their footsteps. So It's really great. I'm so grateful to have everybody here that so incredible people.
I mean, what the heck, guys? You guys are doing an amazing job. All right, Anthony, you know who's coming on now, and I'm gonna leave this one up to you.
Oh boy.
I'm going to take a step back. You're blushing. Why are you blushing, Anthony?
Because she's
blushed before.
She's my favorite supermodel of all time. Okay?
That's who I think it is.
It is. It truly is. So, wow. I mean, I've introduced a lot of people in my day and a lot of well-known people and Olympians and all that, but there's been none better than this gorgeous girl that's going to come with her dear friend, Jona. Her name is Cristina Candullo. She's in all seriousness, the absolute love of my life. I dreamed about her since 7th grade. I met her when she was 19. I was 21. We got married, engaged in Walt Disney World in the castle. I married a princess. She married a frog, whatever, but she got the Cinderella shoe. But she is, all joking aside, she's a very brilliant girl. And I'm so proud of her. Her and Jona came together and some other, wonderful women too, to put together the first ever virtual sorority. It is so cool. And so it started with Penn State where they're at, but now it's like branching out and they're doing incredible things and they're helping women with human trafficking and donating to Ashton Kutcher's 501c3 Thorn, and they're just incredible. I can stay here all day long talking about my beautiful wife and all she is. But so my beautiful wife Cristina Candullo and Jona, I cannot wait for you to come out here.
There's Cristina. I don't know where Jona. Hi, honey. I saw Jona was here, but she's gone. We'll bring her back on as soon as she gets here. Hi, Cristina. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Are you just in another part of the house, or are you in an office somewhere?
I'm in an office. Yeah.
I'm smitten right now.
Well, welcome. How excited! I was taking a look today at Thorn. Wow. I mean, I like to keep this. Yeah, I do try to, keep the show fun and up and light. But when we're going to start talking about things like this, I think I'm going to bring the tone down a little bit, because it's about children and trafficking and child abuse, and so I couldn't be more humbled, by you and Jona and the work that the sorority is doing to help Thorn, along with, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, get the word out and get these crooks behind bars and the children into safe haven. So can you talk a little bit about that, Cristina, for us?
Absolutely. So that's our main philanthropy, is to have fundraisers and to donate to Thorn, because they use technology to stop sex trafficking as soon, before it happens, which is essentially what we want. We don't want to have to rescue people. We want to stop it before they get to them.
Right.
We also do community outreach, and the next couple of months we'll be doing some flash mentoring for some girls in the foster care system who have been abused, and some have also been rescued from sex trafficking,
right,
amongst other things. And we're just really happy to help towards this cause. It means so much to me. I get so emotional when I see videos and
Yeah.
Just like,
I couldn't.
you know, yeah,
I couldn't.
I can't
You're a
imagine
better
it.
woman than I am because I couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't. And just as a quick side note, so that you know, we can have this conversation offline as well, is that I also am national spokesperson for domesticshelters.org, which is 300 shelters all over the United States that help women and children get away from abusive situations. So, you know, they get a lot of things across their desk that are very unpleasant as well. But back to Thorn and your work with the sorority. Please tell us more. Zeta Mu Phi, right?
Yes, Zeta Mu Phi. So I guess I'll tell you where it started. I started going to Penn State, and I decided I want to go back to school to further my career. So I was doing, I was kind of up in the air about what school I wanted to go to. And then I thought, well, why not go to the best? So I went to Penn State. I got in after like 15 or plus years before going to college again. And I thought that it would be interesting if I could join something, because it's hard to go virtually online. You're by yourself, you're doing this alone, and there's no one there to support you really. So I was looking for a sorority to join, and lo and behold, there's nothing for someone who's doing this virtually. So I thought in my head, okay, there needs to be something. And I just had the thought, maybe I should start something. Literally a couple of days later, I get an email from Jona, who isn't on because of technical issues. She's trying to fix it.
That's okay.
And she said, she sent me an email, asked me if I would be interested, that she's starting a virtual sorority. And I was like, yes, somebody else who feels the same way. I was like, absolutely, whatever you need. Exciting. So of course I said yes, and ended up becoming their treasurer. She's our president. I have a lot of experience in that area, so I thought it would be the best fit for me. And here we are. We're expanding right now. We have a chapter in Penn State, obviously. Yeah. We have a chapter with Collegiate United, and we're trying to expand to 25 new chapters this year.
Yeah. Well, Anthony, might I say, you've done very well for yourself, sir.
Yes, she's my Italiano as well, too, Candullo.
Candullo, I know, I see that. I absolutely see that. I got Candullo, I've got Peluso, I've got all kinds of, and my whole thread is Italians coming in from Italy. There we are. Cristina, you know, again, and Jona, as soon as we can get her on here, I love women that are helping women and children in that way. It's a spectacular thing to see, and I. You know, I take my hat off to you, as they say in Italian, and we're going to see you too, also, you and Jona at the summit, correct?
Yes, we will be speaking at the summit. We also will be talking a lot about diversity, because sororities are not very diverse, and this is something that a single mother can join. Somebody who, you know, maybe started college later in life, like me. Right. It's just open to a lot more people than just your typical sorority girl, as you would think.
So Felicia says she's a keeper, Tony.
True story if there ever was one. Yes.
And then she said it's a virtual sorority with philanthropy and flash mentoring with 3 foundations in Tampa. Yeah. So Felicia's on it. Felicia knows her stuff, and she has it.
I have to give a lot of credit.
Working with her. She's amazing.
She introduced me to the person that works with all 3 of these foundations, one of them that she owns herself. I was super grateful for that, because that's what we want to help.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to Trinette too, and Felicia. Trinette as well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I want to
shout out. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to shout out the other officers of the sorority. Charlie is our VP right now, and Irene is our secretary. I was having a brain fart. I'm sorry, Irene.
To all the women over there at the sorority, phenomenal. And to Thorn, by the way. Let's give Thorn a nice shout out, because they're doing amazing work. So we're going to be really thrilled to see you. I'm sorry about Jona, but we'll get her back on another show, right, Tony? That way, let's get her back. Let's try to get her on the next show. Got Michael, in closing, you know, we've got a couple of minutes here. We're coming up on our hour. Wow, what a power hour. I mean, if this is just a small cross section of what, you know, the journey, the journey to the business summit, what do I call it? What do you call it? I know it's True Living Summit, but the journey to success. I mean, I'm never good with names. I don't know what the heck that is about.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know, I have to start writing stuff down. I
but
try to keep it all up here, but again, please, Michael, please.
Yeah, no, well, this is just a little slice of the absolute remarkable people. One of the things that we see here is this consistent theme of thought leadership and contribution. Thought leadership and contribution is and you have access to these kind of people. You have the opportunity to there's going to be a break for a half an hour where any speaker that wants to open a room can jump in there, speak directly with people like yourself, Cristina, people like Clarissa, people like Tony, people like myself, and really get that in the trenches kind of, hey, listen, this is where I'm at. What can my next step be? How can I get involved in your program? We really do have a merging of ecosystems. If you think about anything that you're doing, the success of it rides on relationships. And it isn't going to be, like my family owns a very great marketing agency. We're well-known marketing agency. But you know what? We've done some really incredible stuff, but we've done it through relationships, right? The relationship is the new currency. You want to have access to the kind of people that are going to help you take the next step, regardless of where you are. And that's why we call it the journey to success, because it is a success journey. And the way that you get to the summit of the journey to success is step by step. And with a group of people, right? Nobody scales to the top of a mountain alone. If you did, it would be stupid. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And these are the people you want to go together with. Yeah. Everyone that's watching should get involved. Yeah. If they don't already have your books and things, they should get it, because you're a thought leader. You're a thought leader, and you're out there making a difference in the world. And Cristina, Cristina also helps us on the back end, putting on our retreats. She's a powerhouse. And one interesting fact about Cristina that most people may not know is that she is a star woman. And what I mean by that is she will sit there and tell you everything, point out the star, point out there's Orion's belt, there's that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's a superstar.
Wow.
She's a superstar. She's like a star woman, in every sense of the manner. So I really appreciate that. We've had some great times looking at the stars at the retreats. And I think that I think that when you give yourself permission to dream, with somebody like with Anthony, if you give yourself permission to dream, you have no idea how close you are. You have no idea how close you are. And sometimes it's literally just taking the next step. Anybody that's thinking, should I go? Is this right for me? What's going on? Yes. The answer is yes. And just consider that you should go. Now, I'm not saying that, look, I don't get anything by you going. You get something yourself. If you go and you take the next step and you show up on that journey to success, you're going to walk away with a tremendous amount of value. I guarantee it. There's no doubt about it. If you go and you don't learn something that completely transforms your life, let me know. I'll give you the ticket back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Felicia, I have to say, here's Felicia. She goes, nonprofit thorn. Yes, the thorn is a nonprofit. Then she goes, Journey to Success Summit. I got you, Clarissa Burt. I got you.
I love it.
If you forget the name Clarissa, I got you. It's right here. I'm writing it right here. It's called the Journey to Success Summit. Yes, I know. I just forgot. But that happens. Okay. You got a lot of moving parts. Every once in a while, you just can't bring it up right away. And then we've got Vito Fontana again, who is in Switzerland, saying very important, the theme to save and protect the children because they are our future. And then then Felicia ends with relationships are currency. Michael Peluso. Yes, indeed. That's what it's all about. So we're going to start to say goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, for staying for the show. We are going to be putting this out during the week, and we will be here again this time at next week. So 1 o'clock MST, noon PST, 3 EST. Again, next Friday, we will be here with yet 5 more, probably, Anthony. What do you think? Another 5, maybe 6 more speakers or panelists that will be at the True Living Summit, the Journey to Success Summit. Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna have another show then. And until then, guys, what else can we say? Some parting words, please.
Just if I could very briefly, just have a very honest conversation with everyone listening here. This past Monday was Blue Monday, right? Blue Monday worldwide is considered the most depressing day of the year. It's the highest suicide rate of the year. For 97% of people literally give up on their resolution. They give up on their resolution on Blue Monday. All right. And it's always the number 1, make more money. And number 2, get health, right? Lose weight, get health, right? Literally, we assembled the best of the best in the world coming together under one virtual roof here. And you can, on demand, a la carte, in real life time, get to hear from the best in their respective space about how to get you through that. So I encourage everyone to not just be there, but let this be a beginning, not the end. Where 97% of the world just stopped is where you should begin.
I love that. Everybody, thank you again. We give you an appointment again, as I said, next Friday. We will see you there in the Limelight. Talk soon. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of the In the Limelight podcast, intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You can listen to this and all of my podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, and Inspired News Radio. You'll find all of my videos and the In the Limelight digital magazine on ClarissaBurt.com. And don't forget to connect with me on social pretty much anywhere. Stay well until we meet again in the Limelight.